Hello, in this video I'm gonna explain if you can use your iPad 2025 for work and productivity. And of course you can. This device is built for work, productivity, also for professionals, maybe not the most professional, but for some professional work like doing stuff with video editing or photo editing with Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator, DaVinci Resolve. All of these programs work on iPad natively. Of course, they are not as big as the desktop version, but I think they are enough for a starter. Although in this video I'm gonna show the productivity things. So first I'm gonna show you the items for productivity that you can get for iPad. Then I'm gonna show you also, of course, the apps which are the most important when it comes to the iPad. So first I have the Apple Pencil. This is the iPad, the standard version, not the Air or Pro or Mini. This is just iPad with A16 processor, and it's from 2025. It's 11-inch, and this one supports the Apple Pencil first gen, and this one, which is Apple Pencil USB-C. So unfortunately, it doesn't support the Pro, which I really like because it can recognize the tilt of the rotation, because the tilt is recognized even in this one, but the rotation, and also has the touch panel here, as well as the pinch, so you can pinch it in order to quickly open the tools. So this is how it looks. I'm gonna later on use it. Of course, you can still use your iPad without it, but if you're planning on doing notes, this is gonna come pretty in handy, because it not only can just draw and write, it can also let you do like handwriting recognition. So when you write something down, like as you go to the App Store and search for anything like the Evernote, you can just write it here. Okay, I wasn't too good at writing now. And as you can see, it recognizes it. I can just click on the enter button and find it just like that. And also in notes, and it can also improve your handwriting. So if your handwriting isn't too readable, it can just make the shapes look better and more readable. That's a really good feature as well. I'm gonna show that later, of course. And then there's also the Magic Keyboard for the iPad. This one supports the Magic Keyboard Folio, which I'm not a big fan of, but the Air or Pro iPads support the standard iPad Magic Keyboard, which is better in my opinion, because it just has a few more better features and just feels better. Although this is the folio, so this is the bottom part. Then there is also the back plate for the iPad, which has this little kickstand which you can open to put your iPad in different angles. That's really great. I'm gonna attach it pretty quickly. Of course, you can also get third-party accessories, because the Magic Keyboard is pretty expensive, pretty pricey. So this is the back plate. It attaches with a magnet, and you can open the kickstand. You can place your tablet just like that, and you can see it just stands. So when you attach the keyboard to it, also with magnets and the pins, very easily you can start typing in with it. You also have the touchpad, which has different gestures, and they are pretty similar to the Mac. So if you're a Mac user, you will find them familiar. You can just swipe up with 3 fingers to go to home, to like do other things. There's lots of these things, but I'm gonna detach that keyboard so I can lay my tablet flat on the table and show you everything. So, by the way, I wouldn't recommend third-party Apple pencils because I think this one has the most functionality and is just made for iPad. Although keyboards, it's all fine if you get the third-party one. But if you really want to just save some money, you can get the third-party pencil. They are available. So let's get to the apps. The first very common one is the GoodNotes. And in the GoodNotes, you can create different notebooks. Let's maybe get to the home page. Here, there are different notebooks. In the free version, you can only have up to 3, but I think 3 is enough like for the trial. Of course, in these 3, you can just have bookmarks, so they will work as, for example, 3-in-1. If you are going to school or university, you can just split each notebook if you don't want to pay for the GoodNotes, and have different subjects in one notebook, split by bookmarks. And you can see, you can open it just like that. You can slide between pages. You can add a new one, zoom it in, and start typing. There are, of course, different tools, so I can click on the tool that I have right now. This is the fountain pen. I can change it to a ball pen, brush pen, different sharpnesses, pressures, flatnesses, whatever you want. You can set the recognition language to write something that will be later recognized. You can see now it has been recognized. So that's really great. But this is basically mainly for drawing. Of course, you can also get the shapes. If you draw it and hold it, it'll make that shape. So that's also great. This is a very basic feature right now on iPads in each app. So that's not too exciting. Each app has it, but yeah, it's just something that you can do. So if you're on maths, you can just draw a line, another line, and a graph. So yeah. Now let's get to the next app, which is Notion, and this is a very popular app right now. I think it's the most popular for productivity at the moment in 2024 and 2025. So it has so much functionality. You can do databases, notes, Kanban boards. As you can see one right here. This is the Kanban board. And in it, I'm gonna show you maybe how to create a new one. So let's click on add new. Then you can select empty page, empty database, build with AI, but also tasks tracker, projects, document hub, brainstorm, session. More templates can be clicked on as well to see way more like the social media planner or account management. You can also go to the marketplace and find even more. So let's maybe select the projects so we can get the Kanban board. You can see you can turn off or on the priority, the team that's working on it, the start and end dates, progress. So here you can see different progresses. That's really good. then the budget as well, the AI summary, attach file stuff. I'm gonna leave it like that, and then I'm just gonna click on done. You can add different people to that board. Let's add a new project. You can see it also recognizes the handwriting because on iPad everywhere you can do it. And it's using the built-in engine, so it's always good. Open an empty page, and you can just do a note here. You can add comments, covers, icons. You can move it to different folders. Then as you can see, this is the AI tool. You can ask it for something, like ask question, draft something, brainstorm ideas, or just ask what can Notion AI do. This is a very powerful tool. You can add members by sending an invite link. So I would really recommend trying it out and seeing if it works for your productivity reasons. Then there is the notability, which is also very popular, and I think this is like more free than the Good Notes, because here you, I think, don't have the limit for different notes. Although with Notability Plus you can sync it with iCloud. Without it you can't, but I can still create a new note. I can set like a dotted paper, and I can start writing something down. So this is just for notes. It doesn't have too much functionality. See, this is the tool that just allows you to move the page. This is like a pencil, highlighter. So if you want to have it less organized or just free, then you can get the Notability. But now let's get to the OneNote, which is very popular here. This is also mostly free. You can get different notebooks by creating them, adding the name, the color. So this is also sort of like the Good Notes. I don't think it's as good as the Good Notes, but as we get there, you can still draw here, have different tools. This is the text recognition tool. So if I write something down like hey, it actually recognizes it and puts it as text. You can also turn on the bold. So actually I messed up, but I can select it, I can bold it, or make it in cursive with an underscore. Great. Also, with the Apple Pencil, it's very worth noting that you can do stuff like selecting text by drawing a line across it. You can also erase words by drawing something like that. You can join words by drawing a line between these words, or split the words doing the same. But I don't think it always works. Yeah, I'm not really sure why it doesn't work right now, but maybe it's my fault. So this is another app. You can just try out different ones from here to see which one works for you. Also, the OneNote has a big plus for being synchronized across devices for free just by logging into your Microsoft account. Then there is the Evernote, which also has basically similar functionality. It also comes with but it's mostly for writing down with keyboard, although of course you can still recognize text. So you can handwrite and it'll just recognize it and put it into text. The Evernote has also lots of functionalities because it has the calendar, which is shared across devices, different templates that you can create, to-do lists. Also, there are the notebooks, the shortcuts, the home page. In the home page, you can open also a scratch pad. So this is just a little sticky note for you, web clips. You can also capture audio, store it. If you buy the premium version, then you can upload, I think, like 10 gigabytes per month. And the storage is unlimited, only the amount of uploads per month. So that's also great, and it's not too expensive. So feel free to do it. But now let's get to the Bear app, which I think is the best for writing some book drafts or like whatever connected with creativity. So here you can let's start a new draft, and I can click on the text styling, and here we have lots of things. So you can draw here, of course, with the standard iPad tools. So these are the tools, like native tools from Apple, which you probably may find familiar if you've used the Apple Notes ever. You can see you can make it bigger, so that can be a scratch of a character you want to put in a book and want to mark how it's gonna look. Then also the tools like the headings, the heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, the bullet points, the unordered and ordered lists, tables, then the current date, or in different formats as well. So if you are writing a journal here, you can also do it pretty simply by clicking on the date, so you don't have to write it yourself. Then the checkboxes, there's so much you can do here. You can also click on that to go to the top of the page, or here to go one line down, one line up, move the item. Then you can also add a link to a certain page. I can create a code snippet. So if you're doing, for example, a tutorial for something, or you can write here a structured file for GitHub or whatever, you can just add the code snippet and then just write something down that'll be a code. As you can see. So this is the Bear, and now the Trello, which is the Kanban board, but this time it's mainly for Kanban boards. So if you want to only use the boards, you can get the Trello app. Here you can have different workspaces, but also different boards within these workspaces, and you can go to them. You can assign different users. You can add checklists like that, add members, the start and the due date, descriptions, labels. There's also lots of things. There's a history of automations, so you can also add another list, and you can have the in progress, already done, or to-do list. You can see done, anti-to-do list, today to-do, watch, later, repeated cards, do not delete. There's just so much, and you can add backgrounds, you can add everything. Now let's get to the Google Sheets. This is a very known program probably, so I don't really need to show it, but I'm gonna sign in just to show you. This is basically just Excel, but fully free and fully functional and shared across all devices that have Google accounts signed in, which is more common than having Microsoft accounts signed in, of course. And you can share it with people, collaborate in real time, and also this is a thing that more common for people to have Google account than Microsoft account, so you can collaborate that way. And now as I create a new spreadsheet, let's create it, and you can have different sheets, of course, at the bottom, like it is on the Excel. You have different format tools, and this is a great thing, so you can just let's create some simple table. You can see I can select the number, add another one, then I can select them, change the number format, whatever. It doesn't have as much functionality as on the desktop app, but of course it has a few. You can get the average, like if you get another age of a person, then another, maybe not this, then you can add like a field here, which will be equals AVG, right? No, average, just average. And now I can select the values that I want to put here. And then it gives me the answer. Now let's get to the FaceTime and Teams. So these are for meetings mainly, although the Teams also allows you to have group chats with people and share files. With FaceTime you can't, but of course you can do it with iMessage, but iMessage is only for those who have Apple device. So in the FaceTime, you can just create a call. You can either call someone to their phone number or email or whatever, or you can create a link and send it to them so they can join from Android or Windows. You can have multiple people in FaceTime. There is also something that's called center state, so if you enable it, the screen is gonna be a bit zoomed into you, and it's gonna move if you move. So I'm gonna test it out, maybe it'll be visible. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it well, but as you can see, it moves with me. This is also a really good feature, so they can see you better, but also see you if you move. The ChatGPT, very classic right now. I'm gonna continue with Apple, and I'm just gonna quickly sign in. And ChatGPT, of course, lets you create. There are some suggestions that you can use. It can create illustrations, count the numbers of items in an image, name the items from image. It can test your knowledge, it can help you understand something, it can write something for you, like the poems, but also some important documents, or like explain something. It can also write emails for you or help you write emails, depending on whether or not you can do anything. If you want to do anything, then you can ask it to help you do that. But if you want to be lazy, you can just ask it to write an email for you, like for your boss, to ask for a raise or something. So let's maybe let's generate an illustration. And of course, creating image is not very for productivity, although maybe for making your notes more visible, stand out, and more readable. As you can see here, it just generates it. But also, like if you create a new chat, because it remembers what has been said in that chat. So if you want to talk about something completely different, then create a new one. You can ask it for like make so it can give you bullet points. It can also give you other things, like it can give you a schedule for your social media to post a different content. And as you can see, it gives the answer. Now I'm gonna get to the next app, which is Adobe Fresco and Ibis Paint X. So these are mainly for drawing. But if you need your drawings for anything, like to put them in your notes or to do a quick sketch of something, you can easily just open both of them. The Adobe Fresco, I think it's just mainly for simple drawings, but if you can use it, then of course you may. This is like, I think, more advanced and more professional app than the Ibis Paint X. But if you're a beginner with drawing, you can go to the Ibis, because you can just create a new file, select the size of the illustration. So I'm just gonna create like that, like the 2000 by 2000 pixels, and click on OK. And here there are lots of different tools. Mainly the brush, of course, is needed. There are like air brushes. Some of the brushes require a ad to be watched in the free version, but this is basically all that you need. So I'm not gonna watch that ad now. You can have normal pens. This is pretty great just for simple sketches or some more complex drawings if you can. And the last app, which honestly is my favorite one, is just the Apple Notes, which comes included, because the best feature here is the handwriting correction. So as I just enable auto refine handwriting, I'm gonna hide a toolbar. It's not how you hide the toolbar. This is how. Okay. I can start writing something down with the stylus. You can see my handwriting wasn't too good, and it has just altered it a bit so it looks better. I'm gonna erase that last word. You can see it corrects it. And this is really my favorite feature here, but also you can just use that tool, which if you write with, it puts it into text. And these are the work and productivity apps that I wanted to show you on the iPad. And let me know in the comments down below if you have already used any of those apps and if you are willing to try out any of those that you haven't. And that's all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.